Phones rang, tickets sold, and boom, it was sold out on Wednesday night just like that. 2,800, that is the exact number of seats inside the grandstand court at Sobeys Stadium in Toronto. That was the court where, by every standard scheduling logic on the WTA Tour, Alex Eala's second-round match at the 2026 National Bank Open was originally supposed to be played. 2,800 is a large room. It is also this week the wrong room. Because when Alex Eala's name appeared on the order of play for Wednesday night, the tournament looked at its ticketing dashboard and realized something the tour's data model had never quite prepared for. The 21-year-old, ranked 20th in the world, had, according to the tournament's own director, moved somewhere upwards of 5,000 tickets on her draw alone. Our stadium is 10,077 seats. That is nearly double the grandstand's capacity. So the WTA 1000 in Toronto did what almost never happens for a player ranked outside the top 5. It moved her, not down, up to center court, a room built for 10,000. And the story of how a Filipino player from Manila became the reason a major North American tournament redrew its own map in the space of a single week is what we are going to unpack tonight. To set the geography clearly, because the branding creates confusion, the National Bank Open, which many still call the Canadian Open, is one of the WTA's most prestigious 1,000-level events. In 2026, the women's draw is being held at Sobeys Stadium in Toronto from August 1st to August 13th, 2026, while the men's draw runs simultaneously in Montreal. Eala arrived in Toronto ranked at a career-high world number 20 in the PIF WTA rankings, released on August 4, 2026. She is the first player from the Philippines ever to reach the top 20. She arrived 5 days after winning her maiden WTA singles title at the Mubadala DC Open in Washington, where she defeated world number 3 Jessica Pegula 4-6, 6-4, 6-0 in the final. She arrived to a schedule change that, by the tournament director's own account, has no comparable precedent in recent memory. Now here is where the mechanical structure of tour scheduling exists. Court assignments across professional tennis are built on ranking-based demand curves. Top 10 players go to center court. Big names in the second tier of the draw fill the show courts. Players ranked in the 20s, particularly early in a tournament, get slotted to secondary courts like the grandstand, which at 2,800 seats is not a small venue by any tour standard. That system is not hostile. It is efficient. It is how tournaments across the tour manage sightlines, broadcast production, and daily attendance flow. The system did not fail. It did what it was built to do. What the system does not have, and what no scheduling algorithm on the WTA calendar currently has, is a variable for diaspora density. It does not calculate how many Filipino Canadians live in the Greater Toronto area, or how many refresh the ticketing page, the moment Eala's night session was announced. When tournament director Carl Hale spoke to Tennis Channel this week, his statement laid out the exact numerical conflict. Our grandstand court is 2,800 seats. We can't put her on there because she probably sold upwards of 5,000 tickets. The gap between the grandstand's capacity and the estimated demand tied to Eala's match was not marginal. Based on Hale's estimate, the ticket demand exceeded the smaller court's total capacity by approximately 80%. According to CBC News, when the night session featuring Eala's second-round match was officially announced, tickets sold out inside 30 minutes. A 30-minute sellout demonstrates a fan base that already had payment methods loaded, monitored the draw releases, knew the order of play drops, and reserved calendar time in advance. The demographic statistics explain the geographical concentration of this ticket demand. According to Statistics Canada's 2021 census, there are approximately 957,000 Filipino Canadians in Canada, representing the largest Asian ethnic group in the country. Roughly 272,000 of those individuals are concentrated in the Greater Toronto area alone. Furthermore, Statistics Canada has projected that the Filipino population in Canada could reach between 1.7 million and 2.4 million by the year 2041. Toronto functions as a massive home market for Alex Eala due to these population distribution numbers. The industry implications expanded quickly beyond Toronto. Carl Hale stated to CBC News, "All the tournament directors are talking about it. Everybody in the industry is talking about it. Because the National Bank Open, one of the largest events outside the Grand Slams, relocated a player ranked outside the top 5 to center court based on ticket demand alone, Other tournament directors on the 2026 calendar are adjusting their scheduling models. Upcoming hardcourt stops, including Cincinnati from August 7th to August 18th, 2026, the US Open beginning August 30th, 2026, and Beijing are re-evaluating their court assignment metrics for what is now called the Eala effect. This attendance demand is linked directly to recent on-court results. At the Mubadala DC Open in Washington, Eala defeated 3 top-ranked opponents in consecutive rounds. She defeated Iga Swiatek in a first-set tiebreak that ended 11-9, beat Elina Svitolina in the semifinals, and completed a 3-set victory over world number 3 Jessica Pegula in a rain-delayed final that finished on Monday morning. The final scoreline against Pegula was 4-6, 6-4, 6-0. That tournament victory moved her from outside the top 30 to world number 20, made her the first Filipino player to enter the top 20, and pushed her career prize money past the $1.5 million mark. The trajectory of Alex Eala in 2026 shows rapid movement across ranking tiers. 2 months prior, she was a quarterfinalist on grass at Bad Homburg. 5 days prior, she earned her first WTA title in Washington. Today, her ticket sales shifted court assignments at a WTA 1000 event. This pattern of audience presence has occurred across multiple international venues. Filipino fans filled practice courts and outer show courts at the 2026 Australian Open in Melbourne in January. They filled stands at Wimbledon in July 2026 during her victory over Iga Swiatek. They were present at the 2025 US Open when she became the first Filipino player to win a Grand Slam main draw singles match. Tournament administration acknowledges the unique nature of this metric. When speaking to CBC News reporter Chris Reyes, Carl Hale stated, "We've never seen a player ranked outside the top 5 have this type of effect. I think her fans were specifically waiting to see when she played." Former world number 1 Andy Roddick addressed the topic on his podcast, remarking, "Eala Mania is fun. When you have watch parties in arenas around your country for a 4th-round match, I'm in." The WTA market footprint now includes direct engagement from a country of approximately 100 million people in the Philippines, alongside international diaspora populations. In addition to singles, Eala was scheduled on center court on Thursday night to play doubles alongside Venus Williams against Lyudmila Samsonova and Miyu Kato. Looking at her head-to-head records shows clear performance changes over a 7-month span. In January 2026 at the Australian Open, Eala played her first-round match against American Alicia Parks. Eala won the first set 6-0, but lost the following 2 sets 3-6, 2-6. Between January and August 2026, her ranking climbed from the low 40s to world number 20. On Wednesday night on centre court at Sobeys Stadium, Eala faced Alicia Parks again in the second round. Eala won the match 6-1, 4-6, 6-2. In Melbourne, Parks took the final 2 sets 6-3, 6-2. In Toronto, Eala took the first and third sets 6-1, 6-2. The shift from 2,800 seats to 10,077 seats reflects quantifiable ticket sales generated by fans across Toronto, Mississauga and Scarborough. Spectators brought signs bearing the Tagalog word, laban, meaning fight, into the stands of the Canadian stadium. The tour is currently processing these operational changes across its schedule. Cincinnati takes place next from August 7th to August 18th, 2026, followed by the US Open starting August 30th, 2026, where Alex Eala will enter as a seeded player for the first time in her career. Speaking during her grass court swing at Wimbledon, Eala stated, "Knowing that we are all in this together, the structural scheduling adjustments seen in Toronto represent the new baseline for her match placements on the professional tour." What transpired inside Sobeys Stadium in Toronto was not merely a temporary venue adjustment for a single-night session. It established a permanent shift in how tournament directors, broadcast networks, and event organizers must structure scheduling logic for the remainder of the 2026 hardcourt swing. When Alex Eala stepped onto center court to face Alicia Parks in front of a capacity crowd, waving flags and shouting phrases in Tagalog, the immediate commercial authority of diaspora sports fans became impossible to ignore. The 80% deficit between the 2,800-seat grandstand court capacity and the 5,000-plus tickets moved by Eala's draw alone proved that global ranking software must incorporate local population demographics alongside traditional seedings. The 30-minute ticket sellout following the order of play release demonstrated an active, highly organized audience ready to purchase main stadium seats regardless of round progression. This momentum translates directly into the upcoming stops on the professional tennis calendar. As the tour transitions from Canada to the United States for the tournament in Cincinnati running from August 7th to August 18th, 2026, administrative teams are already re-evaluating their daily court assignments. With the US Open commencing on August 30th, 2026 in Flushing Meadows, Alex Eala enters the final Grand Slam of the season as a seeded competitor for the very first time in her professional career. Tournament organizers across these major stops are recognizing that the demographic distribution of nearly 1 million Filipino Canadians and multi-million diaspora populations worldwide creates home court conditions in major international markets. Her recent achievements, from her maiden WTA 500 title victory over world number 3 Jessica Pegula in Washington, to her center court appearance in Toronto, confirm that ticket demand aligns precisely with athletic performance. Beyond individual singles play, her high-profile doubles appearance alongside legendary player Venus Williams on center court further illustrated the tournament's commitment to maximizing main stadium attendance. As Carl Hale noted, when a player ranked outside the top 5 consistently draws crowds that double secondary court capacities, the sport's infrastructure adapts in real time. Alex Eala's position within the top 20 of the PIF WTA rankings reflects a structural evolution in global tennis attendance. Moving forward through Cincinnati and into New York, the stadiums assigned to her matches will no longer be limited by outdated algorithmic predictions, but dictated by the actual scale of her global fan base.